Hey, what's going on, my friends? This is Solomon. Let me show you something real quick. You see what this is? These are index cards. And I remember when I was in, let me just turn off this. Let me just do something. All right, it's a little better. All right, I have the blinds behind me, so. But you see this? All right, they're index cards, right? Obviously, right? Now, on these index cards, I remember one time when I was talking to my millionaire mentor, and I was in South Carolina, and he told me, he said, "Hey, Solomon, can you go ahead and get my jacket for me, please?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." I went, and I grabbed this jacket. I'm like, "Holy shit, And I told him, I said, "What the heck is in this jacket? The thing weighs like a ton." And he went inside his jacket, and he pulled a bunch of index cards. And I'm thinking, what the heck you have index cards in your hand? He's a multi-millionaire buying 2 or 3 properties a month in cash, very successful. He was the entrepreneur of the year for the state of South Carolina, very influential, powerful, sophisticated, wise, healthy, strong. And I'm thinking, I said, "Hey, Mr. Gordon, why are you carrying index cards?" And he said this. He said, "Solomon, I'm always putting in my mind what matters the most, right? I always want to put in my mind what matters the most. So I either take notes of ideas, good ideas that come in my mind, or or anytime I read something and it's a good idea, I'll write it down and I just practice it and I just read it and I study it." And so he carries index cards with him all the time. So what does that got to do with today's lesson? Well, here's why. A buddy of mine called me up and he said, "Solomon," he said, "I'm trying to get into shape. What should I do?" And I said, "Okay, here's what I would recommend. What do you think you should do?" Because you never really want to tell people what they should do because they're never going to do it anyway. So you ask them questions. I said, "What do you think you should do?" He said, I should start something." I said, "Exactly. So that's the first step, right? Start something. What do you think you should do, though?" And he said, "I should, I want to lose weight." How can you lose weight and enjoy the process, right? Because, if you've been my subscriber for quite some time, you understand that I always ask questions that empowers people, right? Because questions will help target and keep you on focus. And he says, "Well, I must." Because and then I told him, I said, "You should, because if you keep on shoulding yourself, you think you will do it." He said, "No, okay, I got you. I must. I have to do it. I must do it." I said, "Okay, so what must you do in order for you to lose weight?" He says, "I could go for a run." I said, "But you haven't been, you haven't run for a while, right?" He said, "Yeah." So I said, "Do you think going for a run is going to really inspire you? It's going to motivate?" He said, "Nah, it's probably going to make my muscles sore. I'm going to probably be out of breath." I said, "And it's not going to feel good, right?" Because remember this, my friends, everything that we do to avoid gain, or we do to gain pleasure or avoid pain. So if he's running and he's pushing himself and he creates pain, next time when he thinks about running again, he's going to associate pain with running. So I said, "Okay, so let's back. You know that you need to, at least doing some type of exercise so you can lose weight, right?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Do you think walking will help? Would you like walking?" "Oh, yeah, absolutely." I said, "Why don't you start with walking? Can you do that?" He said, "Absolutely, I can do that." I said, "Yeah, I'll walk for an hour." I said, "Well, I mean, you've been out of the health fitness thing for a while, right? Do you think you just want to warm yourself up and do it to a point where you can have enough pleasure so that you can want to do it next tomorrow?" And he looked at me. He said, "Yeah, okay." He said, "Maybe 15 to 20 minutes." I said, "Now we're talking." Right? "And will you enjoy the process?" "How can you enjoy the process while you're walking?" He said, "I could walk on the beach because we live right next to the beach." I said, That's great. How can you enjoy it even more?" He said, "I could walk on the beach and I could listen to headphones." Okay, why don't you try that? So what he's doing is he's starting a little something is better than a whole lot of nothing, right? Just like the index cards, where my millionaire mentor said, Solomon, I gotta just every time I find good information, I put it on these cards so I can memorize it. Right? This is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Walking, right, to start your health regime is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. When I go to the gym, I only focus on the 20% that makes 80% of the difference. And it's always the same exercises, but it's the exercises that gives me the most juice and most bang for my time, effort, and energy. So if you've been working out with me, you'll know that I'll do push-ups, because push-ups, I love push-ups, and I love the way it builds and forms my body, right? And I do slow, negative push-ups. And then I'll do light dumbbells, right, for my arms or for my body. And at the end of, at the end of 20 minutes, 25 minutes, my muscles are filled like it's bulging, because I worked it tremendously with little time rest. But 20 minutes is all I really need. And then 25, and then I bumped it up to 25 minutes if I'm really feeling really good. And then sometimes 30 minutes and sometimes 40 minutes, right? But I started with just doing 50 push-ups, 10 push-ups at a time, 5 reps, right? A little something is better than a whole lot of nothing. Right? So that's what I want to teach in this video. That's what I want to share with you in this video. Start something today. You know, Tony Robbins, he teaches never leave the sight of a goal without doing something to help achieve that goal. Never leave a goal without doing something to that will take you one step closer to that goal, right? And that's what I'm going to task you today. All right, my friends. So I'll leave you with this. Remember, a little nothing is better than a little something is better than a whole lot of nothing. Start something today that will help guide you, inspire you, motivate you, and that will help you gain more pleasure in associating yourself doing that thing than gaining pain, right? Right? So you want to gain more pleasure, right? All right, my friends. So this is Solomon. Thank you for watching. Until next time, remember, at the end of the day, you're going to ask yourself, did I grow? Did I contribute? And was I effective? And if you can honestly say yes to all those questions, then you know you're creating an extraordinary life. Until next time, my friends, this is Solomon. Please subscribe to my YouTube video, subscribe to my Twitter account, watch me on Periscope live, right? And Solomon, it's Solomon Wise TV. Until next time, my friends, this is Solomon. Thank you for watching. Take care.